Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Biscuits of Britain. I have a crown on. I don't know if you can see that. I'm saving up for a camera. Every episode of something. I'm always asking technical things. But I have realised that this camera is great for photographs and doing personal videos of vlogs or whatever, but it's not great for this because it's a wide angle lens, and when I do these videos I don't want width because I'm not showing all of that. I want sort of height, and this camera chops it off. Originally you had all down here and then up here, but when I turn the camera on it chops it off, so I'm saving my pennies for a new camera. I've got my eye on a Canon 700, but that's very expensive. So without further ado, let's jump into episode 2. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I would like to apologise to my queen and country for being terrible at being a British citizen. It was pointed out to me by a number of people that I had my flag upside down. I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was an upside down. Someone was like, "Oh, your flag's upside down," and I was like, "Oh, good one." Thinking, like, it doesn't matter which way you turn it, it's the same. Turns out I was wrong. The right hand side of the flag, I have learned, the red is higher up on that side. Can you actually see that? Just about. So the red is higher up on there and the bottom, and then the other side it's lower. I did double check this before I put it up, but yeah, I had my flag, I didn't have it sort of the wrong way around, I had it flipped the wrong way around, because that was at that side. So I have amended that, and I hope I can regain my Britishness. I also found something in the house that I wanted to show you. I love it. I think I have a sequin fetish. Yesterday I kind of had a day off from doing video stuff and whatnot, and I decided to give my room an overhaul with organising. I adore organising, if you didn't know. I follow a lot of organising channels and Instagram accounts and stuff. I'm kind of obsessed with it. So yesterday I thought I would do some organising stuff. Part of this was to get my summer clothes from the box that I store them away, because it's June and it's actually hot now, so I thought I'd get them out. And year in, year out, I hoard these clothes thinking, oh, I'll wear them in the summer, or when I go on holiday, I'll get them out and wear them. And every single year I don't, because they're not fashionable, they don't really fit, and I'm only holding on to them for sentimentality and the fact the sequins on them I threw out. So, well, I didn't throw out, I'm donating to a charity shop. So many clothes yesterday, and I was holding them up thinking, oh, should I keep them just because I had sequins on? And then I thought, in this video I'll show something that I have the Union Jack on, and it turns out that I really like sequins. But look at it. Oh, look at it, how gorgeous it is in the light. And the back, it's all sequined. It's a nightmare to carry. It hurts after a while because your hands are just catching on all the sharp edges, but it looks amazing. So we've got red and blue sequins, and then These white ones are like little pearl buttons. Shush cup. And these big ones are bigger pearl buttons. Inside is gorgeous as well. Look at that lining. I love this bag, can you tell? It's kind of a canvas. And then this. We won't call it silk because it's not, but it looks it. Super fancy bag. Also, while I was cleaning out yesterday, I found this. And I thought it would go quite nice, seeing as though I'm drinking out of the Queen's China. It's actually going to have to come off because I don't know if anybody else who wears headbands or any little crowns, when you wear it, it presses there and there. It's only a very gentle press, but after a while it starts to really hurt. And whenever I wear headbands, I get like this horrible headache after a while. And I've been wearing that while I've been setting up, so it's hurting. Just chuck it. So, today, I'm going to make my cup of tea first, before I show you what's on the biscuit plate. See if I can just tilt you down a bit. Once I do the tasting, then I'll move it back up a little bit, but just while I do the tea, I'll have the camera down here. So I've got my Queen's China. I also have my kettle here. I pre-boiled the water, but I'm going to boil it again and hope it doesn't blow anything because it's on an extension. Kettle's moving the whole table around. I love my glass kettle. You did see it last week, you didn't see it boil. I'll put a little link here to a bit of a video where you can see it boils glass and you can see all the bubbles moving around. It's really cool. So this week I'm having PG tips again, but this is PG tips decaf. I keep saying caffeine free, but someone corrected me and said it's not caffeine free, it's decaf. And I think the difference between caffeine free and decaf is caffeine free is something that is naturally caffeine free. It has no caffeine in to start with. Decaf is something that's had the caffeine removed, which essentially then becomes caffeine free. So just being picky, but yes, I have a decaf PG tips. The reason decaf is because I'm a little bit sensitive to caffeine, and it sometimes gives me heart palpitations, which are a pain in the bottom. Oh, it's heavy. I'm going to leave that to stew. Or should I say brew, not stew. And now we can see what's on the biscuit plate. Ta-da! So this week's contenders, we have gold. Always the evening. I've got to say, gold are one of my favourite chocolate covered biscuits. I don't know what flavour they are. They're just, oh my god, they're divine. They're absolutely divine. What flavour are they? Caramel flavour coating. You know when you just love a biscuit but you don't really know like what the official flavour is? Oh my god, it's divine. So, gold is up against the good old jamais dodger. And for those who wonder why I say it like that, it's just because I'm an idiot. I think someone commented saying, why'd you say it like that? It's not because of an advert or anything like that, it's just because I'm stupid. And I try and make it sound posher than it is. I do like jammy dodgers, so this week we've got two biscuits that I really love. What did we have last week? Oh, last week we had two biscuits I really love. We have the same again this week. I think the next episode there is a biscuit that I don't think I'm going to like. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I bought it because it's a biscuit, but I don't think I'm going to like it. And I don't know what to put it up against. Should I put it up against something that I'm not too keen on just to make it fair, or the other one that I've got which I know I'm going to like? So they are my biscuits. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, I forgot my little thing. Do you want my tea bag in? Bugger. There's always something, isn't there? Always something. Where am I going to put it? I'll put it on some tissue. I've got this special plastic protective thing. It's actually from just for the desk, but it is great for the videos because it protects the cloth underneath. My hair gets everywhere. Spoon. Let's give it a little stir. It's a good colour. Squeeze it out. I promise you that 1 week, I'm not going to say when because I don't want to hold myself to it, but 1 week I will not only have a teapot but a milk jug. I went back to that place and the milk jug wasn't there, someone bought it. So this week's Biscuits of Britain is sponsored by Lactose Free. It's not really, I wish it was. Yes, a pie lactose free, yeah. Lactose free is just lactose free milk, because I'm lactose intolerant if you didn't know, which sucks because I love milk and cream and mozzarella and ice cream and all the stuff that's bad for me. Okay, let's have a quick tasty. write out my little sheet because I forgot to. So we have what do we have? Gold. Is that chocolate? Would be chocolate on my hand, wouldn't it? This is Jimmy Dodger. Sound and wrapper. Taste. Drinkability. Okay. Gonna move you up a little bit. It's a bit better, I can see you now. Okay. Total biscuits. So, sound of wrapper. Do the gold. As always, if it's got two wrappers, a main packet wrapper and an inside one, I will mark each one out of 5. So this I know has 2 wrappers, the Jammy Dodger has 1, so I'm going to do this twice. Not impressed. Not impressed. No. So that's 2 out of 5. Let's see what the inside wrapper sounds like. Sweet Lord. I would say this is a 3. The inside wrapper feels slightly thinner, ever so slightly thinner than the outside one. So that's going to be a 3. So total that is 5. 5, yes, out of 10. Wow, I got a fancy surprise when I opened them. The smell just wafted out. Ooh. Listen to the Jammy Dodger. Take my earphones out. afraid to say that this is a 4.5. Does nothing for me, the sound of the wrapper. So just I don't know, because you'll see when I open it, there's like cardboard on 3 sides and then there's nothing on the top. So I don't know whether it's the hollowness of the top that I don't like that. 4.5. Crunch. Okay. I'm going to leave my headphones off because I want to see the messes in it. Because crunch is hard enough to determine without headphones in anyway. It's even harder with headphones, so calm down, Charlotte. You know, I could have done appearance, how the biscuit looks. It's too late for that. Or is it? Technically we've only done 2 biscuits, but I've already scored them. They were lotus and caramel. No. If appearance was a criteria for marking, then gold would score high. This is what it looks like. Doesn't look very good on camera. It looks kind of a horrible yellow. It's like a creamy yellow. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Just see the biscuit poking through there. A little gold on my wrist. It's making an appearance. Let's have a go. Way lower than I thought it would be. I thought gold was a lot crunchier. It's melted into my fingers. I would only give that a 4 out of 10, and I think that's me being generous. Not very good, gold. Not on the crunch. You get a 4. Let's try Dodger. Just touch the kettle. It's still really hot. Ow. There's a kettle there, Charlotte. Watch yourself. Wouldn't be an ASMR video if I wasn't burning myself on something. Well, so this is what it looks like. You've got cardboard surrounding all sides, and then it's all on top. So Jammy Dodgers would actually score quite high on appearance as well. I like the little knobbly thing on the outside. You know, it's all knobbly. It's another word. And then got like a little splat there. You got Jack Daniels. I've kindly put Jack Daniels up there. With the lovely jammy heart. I don't think Jammy Dodgers have always looked like this. I think that splat is new, and the JD definitely is new. I think it was just flat with a heart with jamming. But let's test out the crunch. I was wrong on this one. There's barely any crunch. It's probably worse than the gold. See, it was kind of chewy because of the jam inside, which I liked. But there wasn't much of a crunch at all. It was kind of soft. It wasn't a nice crunchy biscuit. It had no snap to it. I would say I would give it a 3.5 for crunch. Definitely. And I know what you're thinking. You're worried. They both got low scores so far. But I bet you things might change on taste and drinkability. Taste. Okay, let's pick apart the taste of the gold. So I'm going to bite the chocolate up. Which is what I think most people do. Just from the side. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. It's got a... It says it's caramel, but it's way better than caramel. It's very sickly, and if you were to have this in any other form, it would be too sickly, but because it's on a biscuit, it's just the right amount. And another thing I love, in the top layer of chocolate that's on the biscuit, there's I don't know if it's puffed rice or little bits of biscuit, but there's something in with the chocolate on the top, and it just adds another element to it. Caramel gets a 6 alone. Trying to taste the biscuit on its own. I'm going to cleanse my palate with tea now. Right, so you can taste the biscuit. biscuit's actually very bland on its own, but I think that works well because if you had a heavily flavoured biscuit with how flavoursome the chocolate is, I think it would be too much. So that's just the right balance. Oh goodness, taste. I'm torn. What do I do? What do I do? Gold. Gold has been a long time favourite of mine. I don't think it's a 10. I don't want to give it a 10 because I'm setting the bar for perfection. Oh, do I give it a 9? This is life and death stuff here. I'm going to give gold. Do I give it an 8.5 or a 9? What biscuit would I choose over it? Not many. I think I'm going to give it a 9. It's controversial, but it's getting a 9. Definitely. Right, before I choke, I'm just going to have a sip. Oh. Right, taste of the Jammy Dodger. So, I'm just going to use this wrapper because it's very crumbly. So I'm going to have a taste of the biscuit just after I change my camera that's flashing at me. Okay, my battery's being changed, so let's have a taste of the Jammy Dodger. The biscuit is odd. There's definite saltiness in there. Now I am a fan of Jammy Dodger, don't get me wrong. But when I pick it apart like this, it starts to ruin it for me. Just to taste the biscuit on its own, it's weird, it's not a nice biscuit. If this was just a normal biscuit without the jam, there's absolutely no way I'd buy it. Let's taste it with the jam. The jam is very, very synthetic tasting, but at the same time, there's something about it that's nice. I would never spread it on bread. I would never spread this jam on bread because it doesn't taste like strawberries. But there's just something about the jam with the biscuit. Again, I think they've used a very bland biscuit. It's not a very nice biscuit, to be honest, because maybe the jam is so strong, and when you shove a whole Jammy Dodger in and eat it all in one go, it tastes delicious. Not a 9, not by any shot. But it's nice when you shove the whole thing on your own, but when you pick it apart, it's not. Whereas the gold is still nice when you pick it apart. Jammy Dodger. need a sip of tea to decide this one. What do I think? I think the Jammy Dodger gets a 6.5. A half is just because I do like it, and it's a biscuit I will still buy, but it's a very bland biscuit and a very strong, overpowering jam, which is nice, but I don't know. Oh, is that the right? Should I just accept the biscuit on the whole? No. If I picked it apart, if I scored it after picking it apart, it would get 4. But I've upped it because I've thought about it as a whole biscuit. That's why I've given it 6.5. Right. Drinkability. So, here I have my little cups. I've just boiled the kettle. Put some water in. And if I recall correctly, it was 2 dunks. So, we'll try the gold first. 1, 2. A few bits of chocolate falling off there, but as I expected, still in great. Oh, look at that! Still in great shape, even with a quick tap. It's not disintegrating. So that is good. That scores 3 points, and of course 3 points is can be dunked, but would still be good for another dunk, just to test that theory. 1, 2. Again, chocolate coming off, but still biscuit intact, apart from melting all over my fingers. Right, just jot that down. Now we have the Dodger. 1, 2. The Dodger's doing well. Is it? I would say you would definitely be able to get that in your mouth before it disintegrated. It's falling apart now, but that did really well. Wouldn't be able to go for another dunk though. So yeah, the Jammy Dodger gets 2. Okay, so the scores are in. I have also got last week's scores with me. What? I got a shock there. In 4th place, we have the Jammy Dodger. In 3rd place, we have the Lotus Biscuit. 2nd place, we have the Gold Bar. And in 1st place, we have the Tonic Caramel. I genuinely thought that the gold would be first. I was wrong. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Biscuits of Britain. I did. I was a bit disappointed by the Jammy Dodger. Genuinely thought it would score higher. But it turns out that when I'm eating biscuits, I clearly just shove them into my gob without a second thought, and I don't really know what they taste like. I can see me having a totally different view on biscuits after the series is done, because Jammy Dodgers, although I wouldn't say Jammy Dodgers are a big favourite of mine, I will always buy them when I go to the shop. Whenever they're there, I'll get a pack of Jammy Dodgers and I just shove them in. But now, I don't think I will. So, once again, if you disagreed with the crunch, I think last week's crunch, I only had 2 people that disagreed with the crunch, which wasn't enough to change it. So I will overrule and I will keep those scores the same. If you disagreed on the crunch for either of those, let me know what you think they would score out of 10. I scored the gold a 4 and the Dodger a 3.5. So let me know if you think they should score more or less. And again, if a lot of people say that it should score more or less, then I will change it. If not, then they'll stay the same. So from me and my correct flag now, I will see you next time.